I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country.
And there you have it. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said he prayed for 33 hours that the killer wasn't one of us. What he meant was clear. He was praying it wasn't a white Republican. He wanted to pin it on a black person, a Latino, an Asian, an immigrant, someone queer, someone trans. He wanted anyone else to take the blame. That's not praying. That's bigotry. That's scapegoating. And it tells you exactly where his priorities lie. Protecting his party instead of facing reality. That the violence is coming from within. Well, sir, your prayers weren't answered. Tyler Robinson was a registered Republican, homegrown in Utah. A white Republican.
For 33 hours.
Okay.
Stop right there. Let me start. Now,
You
at
always
work,
start, but
no, I don't. You started the last one. Don't play me like that. The reason why I want to start is because today on the tables, a player said, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk." So he did it to all the dealers. And we all was like, we can't respond. We can't discuss this. We can't get into it. So that's all I wanted to say.
Right. I'm sorry. It's not surprising to hear the governor of Utah pray for 33 hours saying that he wishes it wasn't that it wasn't one of us. And it's clear that was a dog whistle, for people like him, white, conservative, Republican, racists. Okay? And just like this guy was saying in the video, the violence was happening from within. And it should have been done. And really and truthfully, he should have taken the decency to even to acknowledge what is actually going on. Let's just the optics of it all. Mm-hmm. The optics of what has happened under your watch.
Yeah.
And it's very important. It doesn't seem that he really understands the optics. I feel like he understands the optics, but he doesn't really want to be a good politician. And this is the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. And he has, because he's like, you really had a chance here because you have leverage as the governor to really sit here and be like, we need to. It was like you could have. This could have been a moment for you to even put up for gun legislation. For stricter gun legislation federally. You could have done that because because of this incident that happened with Charlie Kirk.
But it's never been about that.
It never.
The campaign has always been about when Charlie Kirk first got shot. They prayed for civil war. If we find out it's this, that, and the third, can we go into civil war? So it's never been about proper gun restriction, legislation. It's always been, and this is the narrative now in reference to that. And I can't say it because this is a YouTube channel and they be blocking our videos. But it always leads to that. And the narrative at first was, if it's this, that, and the third individuals, this is what we want. But it was sad when it came out that it was one of them, conservative, Republican. Then they went silent. There is no retaliation because the whole narrative in reference to crime has been minorities, especially African Americans, have committed more crimes. So they was okay with that narrative. And because they have been consistently pushing for this outcome, is why they thought that, boom, this will be the, what? The nail in the gun? But it turned out not. And they're still trying to push. They're doing everything to provoke, to get what they want.
Yeah, they want they want to provoke a civil war. And obviously, it's obvious because of the aftermath, because of all these HBCUs that have received bomb threats.
Yeah, and it was not us. We had no connection, nothing.
There was
One
no
of you,
connection.
and you go silent.
Right.
But it was so much hate speech. So it lets us know what the narrative really is.
Yeah.
But once again, it just did not play out that way. Because one thing about it, you can do dirt only for a certain amount of time. Then eventually, hey, it's going to bite you in your ass. It's starting to bite them in the ass at this moment. They can no longer do no more dirt. And the fact that y'all are willing to put so much violence on minorities when you feel like it's one of us that did it, but go deep silent when you find out it's you, when majority of crime is you. The narrative is for African Americans, but it's actually you. To this day, white male holds the largest statistics to crime in America. White males.
Yep. They do a lot of crime.
Statistic to crime. All aspects. Laundering, abuse, criminal, white male. Genocide.
That's almost exclusively white male.
So, we have to understand that. And at this moment, they were trying to push a narrative because we see the route they want to take. And they're going to try at any means to go this route. We can see it unraveling. Everybody is in front of their eyes. But once again, they can no longer cover it up. What's been in the dark is now has come to light, because everything that's in the dark always come to light. And this Charlie Kirk thing, what? I didn't care about Charlie Kirk. I don't care too much about this current administration. I really don't care too much about politics, government, because I understand how everything works, but I do vote. I vote every election, and that's every year. November 2nd, and depending on your state, the date may change. Not just presidential elections. But I thought it was a complete shot to Americans' face, because Americans are based off of minorities and immigrants. But I think it was a complete shot to Americans' face when the flag was lowered for him. And everything that has taken place in this year, and that flag was not lowered.
Yes. And that was one of the biggest backlashes.
But for someone that spewed separation and hate throughout communities,
yeah,
the flag was lowered. So it let me know if anyone is watching. It lets you know how our current administration is moving.
Exactly. And they lowered the flag for somebody who preaches who preaches against the black community on a regular basis.
Yes.
Charlie Kirk was no angel, and it's just like, and I'm not, and I was like, and I'm not like saying that, oh, I'm glad that he's gone.
No.
Because that's not. It was like, because that's not the case. This is not a Charlie Kirk bashing
not at all
video. And he preached hate. He preached division. He was always pointing the finger at our, at the black community every time for everything.
And he was killed by his own.
And he was killed by his own. And what's so interesting was that he was talking about, black violence. Talking about black violence, and then all of a sudden he gets shot in the throat. Talking about this.
Yeah.
And and then the next thing is like HBCUs are receiving bomb threats. It's like, why?
Because the narrative.
Yeah, the narrative that black folks are inherently violent.
But they completely went silent because now they're strategizing their next move. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm lying. We all see what's going on. We can't and YouTube fully discuss it because they'll block our videos. But, guys, please protect yourselves and your families.
Agreed.